I got a special opportunity here in studio today. I am joined by Mr. Kenyatta Wright. You might remember him tearing up the field there at Vian High School. You might remember him as an all-conference performer at Oklahoma State. Or you might remember him roaming the NFL field as a member of the Bills and the Jets. Now, first thing I got to ask you is, are you okay that the Jets aren't in the Super Bowl, or has it
not really? I mean, it doesn't feel good, but I mean, Pittsburgh. I mean, they were a team they're a tough football team, and it's hard to beat Pittsburgh in their home place. I mean, I was in that game in 2004 when we played in the AFC Championship against field goals. Same situation, didn't start fast, get beat, but they had a good year. I mean, you got to look forward to next year for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kenyatta, we want to say we appreciate you stopping in and talking with us today. And you got some good things coming up, and not only are you known for your days in the NFL and in college and as an athlete, but now you're working in the life of youth athletes around here, and you got some things coming up as wanting to start a Native American business, and that's why we wanted to talk to you today. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's real important, because, coming from Viam, as far as selection, as far as, sporting goods and also in the eastern Oklahoma part in general, there's not a real good selection. And as far as the Native American side is that my family is, grew up Native American, always going to be Native American. My wife, my kids, and all the aspects of sports that we deal with in our area is circled around Native American culture. So just kind of like find a niche and get involved in it and stick with your heritage and stick with your culture. And it's also fun because it also gives us the opportunity to give back to all these communities.
Yeah, and that's another thing we talked about is that the sporting goods that you provide and things like that are something that these kids eat up this day and age, and they want to get that merchandise and things like that. But you also are evident at Native American tournaments, things like that, where there are a high concentration of Native American population, and even people with the opportunity to say, hey, show the card, you get a little bit of a discount. I mean, it's just your way of giving back to the community that you've been a part of.
Right, and it's kind of shapes your whole life. I mean, you grow up in different events. I mean, different tribal holidays that you're accustomed to while you're in Oklahoma, and yeah, you show your card. I mean, every one of my employees, they have a card. They have to. That's kind of one of our prerequisites to keep it where it's 100% Native owned and operated. And there's a lot of talented guys that we're going to grow up in. Far as we have internships, we got a couple kids from Tahlequah, Sequoia that's going to be trying to follow me around pretty much and do job shadowing, stuff like that. We've already got that in place as well. So it's basically another way to give back. And anytime you can get a discount just by showing your tribal membership card, I mean, it's going to definitely help you out, help out those pocketbooks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I need to go ahead and get in my wallet and get my card out so I can get a pair of batting gloves for the softball season coming up.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just kidding, man. No, all joking aside, it's a great thing. And you talked about the intern opportunities with the Sequoia Tahlequah students there. Isn't it important that they see somebody like you and a role model of what you can come from a small town like Vian, work hard, and want to be somebody, to be where you're at now, and you have the chance to be an entrepreneur, but also, be in a position to give back, like you said, and isn't it important that those kids see that, not only just hear it in a book or see it on television, but actually see in an everyday setting, the things that you do and what you show as far as leadership.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids, I mean, they don't realize, I mean, I don't really talk about, my pro career a lot, but a lot of them just hear things, and ask questions or whatever. But I always tell them, I said, man, you can drive down to Vian and see where I grew up, see my house is still the same. I mean, still, the streets are still the same pretty much. And so it's the same environment that you came from. Just because I had, a number 52 jersey on at the New York Jets, I'm no different than you. I mean, and you just have to dream big. And that's what I tell a lot of these kids. And that's why, you hear the stigmatism from a lot of coaches in there. Native Americans are passive. I mean, certain situations, they're not as outspoken, just all those little things. And so we try to break down those barriers with coaches as well. And I connect, I mean, with a lot of coaches just to come in and look at some of these kids. And, if you're a 6A school, it's easy for you to look at,
right.
But if you're a 3A, 2A, or Class A school that has a lot of great athletes, those coaches don't really come by there unless they have somebody that's lobbying for them. So whenever we do those tournaments and or whenever we're involved with those tournaments, you get to catch them at an early age, which is important.
Yeah, and well, just Kenyatta, you're doing an awesome job, and we totally commend you on that, and getting their names out there, and also providing an avenue for them to get involved in some business, getting that aspect down, and at a young age, knowing how the world works in that aspect, like I said, and doing a great job with your company. What's it going to be called?
It's going to be called Dreamcatcher Sports, and the Dreamcatcher is something that's synonymous with Native American history, and the aspect of the name Dreamcatcher. I mean, for every little kid that we're going to put on messages on T-shirts, little bitty, messages that they can remember, and it's going to all be as far as goal setting. I mean, that's what it's all going to be about, and dream big. I mean, because you got to start them early, or the opportunity as you get older, it changes, of course.
Yeah. Well, Kenyatta, thanks a lot for stopping by and visiting with us, and we hope to see you out and about. And come visit us again when talk about all these great things you're doing.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
You bet it.